Hello, and welcome back to Farmstead MTG. After 5 rounds of Swiss, we have reached the top 4 of the Jumping Jesus tournament. There was a cut to top 4 and not to top 8. So let's take a look at some decks. And here's the first deck. The player name is Nils, and he's playing a CounterBurn deck. And his opponent is a robot deck. So let's see. First of all, what a fantastic good looking deck. I really like CounterBurn, so this deck is super sweet. He has made some tweaks. I think he was expecting a more aggressive meta game, because he has Falling Star and Old Man of the Sea in his main deck. And in this match against the robot deck, those will probably be sided out. Also, the Serenity Effort isn't that good against a deck with lots of 4/4 artifact creatures, so maybe he will cut down on those as well. In his sideboard, the robot deck is blue and black, so at least the red Elemental Blast would be great, and 2 Shatters would be nice. Control Magic is fine. Energy Flux could also work. So yeah, I think game 1 could be hard to win, but in the post sideboard games he has a lot of good answers, so let's see. And here's the blue and black robot deck. The player name is Erland, and his main creatures is Suchi and Triskelion. So you can cast those, ramp them out with some Moxes and some Mana Vaults, and then you can cast Copy Artifact to make copy of them, and if they die you can bring them back with Animate Dead. And he has the Abyss, that's very good against all creature decks, and he also has Sage of Latnam in his main deck. That's not a good synergy with the Abyss, but it's a great option, because later in game you can start sacrificing those tapped Mana Vaults and Moxes, and you can also sack artifacts in response to removal, so that's a great combo. So in his sideboard, I'm not quite sure how he's going to sideboard, so I'll guess we'll see in the match. So that was the decks. Now let's get down to the match. Top 4. Game number 1. We have Nils to the left and Erland to the right. Nils is on the play, starts out with a Volcanic Isle into an Ancestral Recall. And he plays a red Mox and pass the turn. You can see Erland has those beautiful Nos MTG sleeves, the Norwegian Old School Society. Those are really cool. He also has a Factory, an Underground Sea, and a Fellow Stone. And you can see the jump card in the middle, that's the prize. So, first threat of the day. Is it going straight to the graveyard? No, it stays in play. He was really expecting a counterspell there. But there's a Shatter, and it's in the graveyard. Tapping 2 mana for an Animate Dead. Why can't I say targeting a Suchi, and then casting a Copy Artifact, targeting the Suchi. So suddenly he has 2 Suchis in play. The Suchi with the Animate Dead on is has 1 less power, So that's a 3/4 creature. So now he attacks with both creatures, and his opponent has 2 factories. So if he blocks with one of them and pump it and tap it, that factory can become a 4/4. So he could take out the Suchi with the animate dead. So he's doing some thinking. Of course, he is vulnerable to Psionic Blast. But Erland doesn't have one, so the factory take care of the Suchi. So that was a good trade for Nils. Another Suchi. And a counterspell. And tapping 2 more lands for a Time Walk. Strip Mine. Attacking with the Suchi. Nils is down to 12 and has a recall. Wow, the robot deck is really firing here. That's 5. 6 mana. Triskelion. It resolves. So that's huge. And the Strip Mine takes out the factory. And now Nils is under a lot of pressure. He has 5 mana. What to do here? And it just passed the turn. 2 mana. Copy artifact. Targeting the Suchi. No, the Triskelion. So now there is 2 Triskelions in play. That's 12 power. So he attacks with his 2 without summoning sickness. And there's a Hurgle's Recall. So in response, Erland shoots Nils for 6. He's down to 6 life. And I guess he's casting a Triskelion, looks like. But Nils has a counterspell. But he is down to 5 life. And Erland has 2 copy artifacts. And there's a Time Twister. And then the hand is gone. Nils has 3, so I'll fast forward a bit. Watching people shuffling, isn't that fun? So, what can Nils do here? There's a Volcanic Isle, so he has 4 mana. Soul Ring. And just past the turn. He has double blue. There's a Black Lotus from Erland. All the options. What to do? I see a Time Walk in his hand. 4 mana for a Suchi. He has 6 mana left. That resolves. 4 more mana for another Suchi. And there's there's a counter spell. Niels takes 1 damage, is down to 4. And Erland is at 14, and there's a time walk. Time vault? No. Mana vault. 4, 5, 6, that's a Triskelion. And Niels scoops. Yeah. So that was game 1. And while we are waiting on game 2, you can smash that like button and support this channel. Game number 2. Niels is on the play, starts out with an island. Oh, Mishra's Workshop. That's a fantastic opening. That land is restricted in Swedish. So we cast 2 mana vaults and a Suchi. The mana vault does 1 damage when it's tapped. You have to pay 4 mana to untap it. Attacks with a Suchi. Tapping another mana vault, and there's a counter spell. Oh, that was a bit risky, playing and a third. We have Trips mana vault on the table. Oh no, and a shatter on the 1 threat. Now it takes 2 damage each turn from the mana vaults. And the workshop can't be used to untap them. So he's tapping the mana vault for a Chaos Orb and a Sage. So that Sage really need to stay on the table. No. Ow. The Sage here would have been great. Now Erland has a real problem with those 3 mana vaults. That lightning bolt was crucial. So that's 3 more damage, down to 11. Suchi. Counter spell. This is a really strange game. It's just passing the turn. Yep, that's 3 more damage, down to 8. Oh my. What to do here? Okay, it's 2 mana, City of Blast damage. Casting Copy Artifact on the Chaos Orb. So next turn he can start to using Chaos Orb to destroy his own mana vaults. Desperate measures for desperate times. So okay, so in response to the damage, he's starting to use the Chaos Orbs on his mana vaults. Great magic. Yeah. Yeah, and a double thumbs up. And there's a Psionic Blast. And he can't untap the mana vault, so that's 1 more damage. Yeah, so it's 1-1. Game number 3. Erland is on the play. Starts out with an Isle, a Lotus, and just pass the turn. I'll go. So that game 2 was very strange. That's not a game you want in a top 4 on camera, but hey, it was funny to watch at least. Let's see if we can take this 3rd game. So double blue. High probability of a counterspell. Workshop again. That's a fantastic draw. Casting Soul Ring. So much mana. A Chaos Orb. Meeting a counterspell. That was probably a bait spell. No. Just attack with a factory. I'm playing a strip mine. That's a volcanic island. That's a good target for the strip mine. Cut your opponent off red mana. Yeah, there we go. Oh, did he take the island? Now I heard that great speech against taking the volcanic island. Oh well. Attacking with a factory. No, perhaps. Yeah, and he makes cast a copy artifact. So that copy artifact is now a factory. Serendia threats. So at least he kept in some of them. I think you have to at least keep 2 in your deck. Because he needs some creatures to do some damage. Ooh, and another factory. So now he can attack with the factory and he can pump it 2 times. So Niels doesn't block, so that's 4 damage. Niels is down to 14. And discussing copy artifact and factory. So, City of Brass. And just pass the turn. Can't attack with the Serendia threat. But he really can't block either. Psionic Blast on the Serendia. Looks like he has some response. Perhaps a counter spell. A red elemental blast. Oh, and Alan is cracking his Lotus to cast a blue blast. And a counter spell on the Psionic Blast. So that was a hard fight over the Serendia threat. Now Erland doesn't have enough mana to activate. Perhaps he has some mana outside. Pumping it 2 times. Yeah, he had some mana with that from that Black Lotus, I guess. So he used that mana to activate his factory. Niels is attacking with the Serendia threat. If you're not going to block, you can at least attack. So since he attacked with Serendia threat, now Alan can attack with all 3 of them. 6 damage instead of the 4 when he attacks with 1. A Shutter on one of them. A Bolt on the second. And the third goes through. is down to 4. Wasn't he on 5? Oh, Triskelion and a mana drain. So now the Serendi Efret is doing 1 damage each turn. So now he needs to get rid of the Serendi Efret that he fought so hard to protect. Ooh, Psionic Blast on the Serendi Efret, end of turn, down to 1 life. And the Robotex takes it. Right, GG. So Erland won 2-1, and he moves on to the final. And that was a strange match. The game 1 was pretty standard, but game 2, when Erland had 3 mana volts tapped and had to start making chaos orbs to try to destroy them, that was a mess. And in that third game, Nils had that Serendi Efret. Erland cast a Psionic Blast on it, and there was a counter battle over it. And later in game 3, he had to cast a Psionic Blast on the Serendi Efret to destroy it. I don't know if it was bad or right. So yeah, if you has any opinion about that play, you can write that down in the comment. And now YouTube will recommend you some more videos. You should watch those. And you can like and subscribe and ring a bell button or something. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.